All right, so I'm going to talk about wars and rumors of wars. What that means is, and it talks about this in the Bible, in the end days, when we're getting close to the end, there's going to be a lot of wars, a lot of conflicts, a lot of countries and people and armies fighting each other all over the place. And there's going to be a lot of secret war. And so the people hear about it through rumors. There's wars that everyone knows about, and there's rumors of wars where it probably happens, but it's being kept hush hush. It's being kept secret. Most people aren't really, it's not openly talked about. And that's really where we stand right now. This is happening all the time. There's constantly small little special conflicts, special fighting, secret missions, stuff that goes on, internal conflicts within individual militaries, like within the U.S. Navy. There's stuff going on that, even the Navy is saying, I wish this wasn't happening, but it is. And it's getting handled internally, and people don't get to hear about it. For example, and I think that this really, by the way, I think that this is a product. First of all, this is where we are right now. This is what's happening. How many secret conflicts have you heard about? Military actions or some weird thing going on that you hear a news story about it, but there's not a lot of coverage, and it's usually a rumor. It's not always confirmed. Sometimes it is, but nobody talks about it. Even if it's confirmed, nobody talks about it. They don't want to pay any attention to it. It's kept on the 10th page back, not the first page. It's not front page news. And this is really an attribute. This is just, this isn't unusual. This is the normal aspect, the attribute of the way things are right now. We are heading towards the end of days. We are headed towards the end of history. Armageddon is coming. Teotwaki is coming. Doomsday is coming. And doomsday is not necessarily like you're doomed, like you're destroyed. The original root word of doom means fate. Doom is related to fate. So whatever is going to happen to you is going to be final. It's going to be complete. It's a fate. It's a doom. And this is talked about in C.S. Lewis, the Silmarillion, the old ancient history of the Lord of the Rings. A doom is a noun. D-O-O-M. Doom is a noun. It refers to your fate or a destiny that's put on you. And so when we're talking about doomsday, yes, it usually does include people being destroyed and disaster and war and destruction and, cataclysm. I guess, disaster and cataclysm, the final disaster, the cataclysm that's going to come and take your life, the cataclysm that's going to end you. Yes, but that is because the original meaning of the word from a long time ago is that doom is like your sentence. It's like you're being sentenced. It's your fate. It's your final end result that is predicted beforehand. So that's more of anyways, doomsday. So when we're talking about doomsday, we're talking about basically judgment day and, the final disposition, the final action of God that takes place in the world heading towards judgment day and each of our individual fate. Excuse me. And so there is a lot of war and conflict. In Africa, entire Christian villages are being slaughtered by Islamic militias because the next village over is Islamic. They all have machetes. The Quran, chapter 9, says, kill the unbelievers and fight against them until there's no religion except for Islam. So that's what the Quran says. If you deny that, it doesn't matter. It's a religion. That's a religious book. That's what the religious book says. And those Islamic men and women in Africa and Middle East, but Africa, they say, you know what? We need to do it. We need to love Islam. So they do it. And they go and they take their machetes and their AK-47s, and they go and they murder the Christian village next door because that's what Muhammad did. That's how Muhammad took control of the entire Arabian province, by killing all the other tribes that wouldn't obey him. Muhammad was a warlord, and he conquered the entire Arabian Peninsula to create the nation of Saudi Arabia because he was a warlord and he took power with violence. And that's the example that he gave to all of his followers who would believe in him later on in history. So that's right now. And that's what he wrote in his religious book, the Unholy Quran. He said, kill the unbelievers and fight them until there's only one religion, Islam. And that's what he did. And so that's what's happening. But there's even, more secret wars, rumors of war. Everyone's saying, hey, you shot down our airplane. You shot down my surveillance drone. Probably we did, and you probably deserved it. If the United States of America shoots down your surveillance drone, you probably deserved it, pal. If we shot you down, it's because you deserved it, probably. I could see maybe there's a situation where you don't deserve it, but get over it. It's a drone. It's a robot. Get a new one, okay? You were bothering us. You were too close to our zone of control, and so we shot down your robot. Oh well. But I think what's more, I think that all these wars and rumors of wars are a product of evil, however. The reason why, yes, it's a product of the end times, but that's because the evil system of the Antichrist is coming closer to being realized, because the end of days is going to be very much the book of Revelation, as well as other books of the Bible that talk about this also. Jesus talked about it in the 4 Gospels, Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. And the evil forces, the evil people in the world who really love Satan, they hate Jesus, they hate God, they hate the Bible, they hate America, and they hate Israel. They're the ones who are inspiring these conflicts. There would not be conflict if there were not evil people trying to cause the conflict.